guys, what's going on? It's Asher coming at you today in Raid Shadow Legends. How you guys doing? Welcome to the video. Today we're talking about Conellia. More on the solo build in just a moment. But first off, just checking in with you guys. How are you all doing? Give me a good TV show and movie recommendation. You guys know that I ask about every month, or a good book recommendation as well. I am out of books. Usually do audiobooks. I am out of TV shows. Actually, I'm currently watching Curb Your Enthusiasm, the latest season, which was from last year, but I love that show, man. I love it. And I'm out of movies, man. I watched the new Scream, which is pretty good in theaters. Finally off of COVID right now, or off of quarantine. So I took my son to a trampoline park. I went out on my night away from my son and watched the new Scream movie. It was nice because it kind of makes a joke. It doesn't take itself too seriously. The whole movie is super meta. It was enjoyable. It wasn't like the best movie ever, but now I'm out. I'm out of content and I need your help in the comments. So let me know what you're watching. Only give me like your real strong recommendations, like movies or shows or books that really change your lives. Maybe that's a little bit too hyperbolic, but you know, stand behind it, right? So today we're talking about the freakiest looking epic in the game, I think, bar none. It is Conellia. She looks like, I don't know, an evil villain or a horror, more like it, kind of the arch villain in some sort of horror fantasy movie.
What did you just say?
But she's very unique and very, very cool. I also want to go ahead and give a massive, massive shout out to YST YouTube channel where I actually got this build. He has like 3 or 4 videos out on Conellia, different builds to use her on. When I think of Conellia, I think of him and his channel. So definitely give him some love. I will include a link to his channel in the show notes below for you guys. But either way, she's super unique. And the cool thing about this build is it's easy for anybody to do. The thresholds are not that high in terms of stats. On the A1, we're attacking. All you need to know about this ability, the A1, is we need War Master for this build because most of our damage is going to come from the toxic set that we have. And then after that, War Master procs, okay? On the A2, it's Piece of the Deep. It's a unique ability, but we're actually going to be turning it off and not using it in this build, in this video. It's putting everybody to sleep. It's great for the arena. Whenever an enemy loses that sleep debuff placed by this skill, has a 75% chance, actually make that a 70% chance of replacing it with fear debuff for 1 turn instead. This is on a 3-turn cooldown, so it makes her a nice kind of secondary option if you don't have a champion like Prince Kaimar, one of the best champs in the game, as kind of a crowd control for the arena, and then you get a chance at double CCing them with that fear debuff as well. But on the Revitalizing Rest, the A3, this is what truly makes her so special. This is a 2-turn cooldown, plays a shield debuff on an ally for 1 turn, heals that ally by 50% of their max HP, fills their turn meter by 50% whenever the sleep debuff expires or gets removed, heals that ally by 100% and completely fills their turn meter if the sleep debuff is lost due to taking damage from an enemy. She can put this on herself. That's what makes her such an amazing solo option. She is fully healing herself, immediately proccing an extra turn vis-a-vis the full turn meter, and then this is all automatically down to a 1-turn cooldown again, right? It's the magic of Conellia. She also has speed in all battles by 18%, so you can run her as your aura lead, obviously. In terms of masteries, guys, I think looking back, I kind of just haphazardly chose these. I probably would have went support and grabbed the shield bearer mastery, increased the value of that shield, but either way, instead, I went with Harvest Despair down to Retribution, a chance at counterattacking, obviously getting more damage out of that A1. This is going to be a long solo battle, so anything we can do to get extra damage is good. We also went right down the left-hand side, as you guys can see here, and we picked up the War Master mastery, which is I wouldn't say mandatory, but it's pretty important for this run. It's already going to be around 15 minutes to solo, but if you have just the toxic set, it can still get it done. Probably going to end up taking you around 20 minutes or more. It's nice though, because this works on any difficulty, any level of Doom Tower, right? So you can run solo Conellia against the Nether Spider anywhere with this build, okay? So let's talk about the stat thresholds. Luckily, again, it's so easy. You don't need any accuracy. As a matter of fact, guys, let's take off this legendary banner. Let's just remove it. Show you guys you don't need anything. You don't need accuracy. You don't need a ton of speed. You don't need...
Didn't you see the look on his face?
Never did anything but you close the door, slam shut.
I have one word in answer to what you just asked me.
No! How about a big no?
Need a ton of base stats because she's going to be full healing herself anytime. I'm shooting for over 210 speed on this build. I'm shooting for over 50k HP and over 2500 on the defense. You don't need any accuracy. You don't even need crit rate to be 100%. So again, it's pretty easy. Just prioritize speed and a little bit of defensive stats. That's it, right? So in that vein, I went with HP on the ring, I believe. Okay, HP on the ring, defense on the amulet. We went with HP percentage on the gauntlets. We went accuracy on, okay, so this is an old chest. This is from when I was using her in the arena. I'm gonna leave it on, this accuracy chest, but it's unnecessary for this build. Do as I say, not as I do, right? Basically, HP percentage or defense percentage is gonna be just fine. I'm gonna leave it on A because of the speed, and B just to show you that I don't need extra defense or HP on this build to orchestrate this solo. And then we have speed on the boots. So that's it, guys. It's a pretty easy build to pull off. And again, you really want to go with Toxic set. I will go ahead and give a big shout out though. If you have the gear, the best set to go with, even better than Toxic, is going to be Deflection, right? 25% chance to reflect a debuff onto the attacker. I have not tried it out because I don't have a lot of deflection gear, but according to YST, this is a faster build and it will get you a a faster result with it. So not tried it personally, but again, just referencing his video on the topic. He does highlight her though in a Toxic build himself as well. So anyway, guys, let's go ahead and give her a run, right? Let's try her out. So let me just show you Arena real quick here, just to show how amazing she is. Boy, Arena is so hard right now in the game, huh? Jeez. I was on a video on Cold Brew's channel recently, and we spoke a little bit about the arena. It got really hard again, huh, guys? Any of you experiencing that as well? We're gonna run Conellia. Let's just run Fushan as our nuker here. I just basically want to show you Conellia and how she works in the arena. We're using her instead of Prince Kaimar on this build. Now, keep in mind here, she doesn't have that banner on, so, and I'm not sure she's speed tuned properly, but I think it's still gonna work out here, I hope.
I hope you can see this because I'm doing it as hard as I can.
No, that's a bummer. Siffy actually cut her in line. I didn't have her fast enough. Let's try against another team here. It still might have worked, but she had blocked. They had blocked debuffs. It wasn't gonna work. All right, let me show you against this team. I'm sure we're faster than this team here. Ideally, you want to have her speed tuned so she goes second or third, on a team like this. So we don't have her quite fast enough, but hey, if we had that banner with this speed, we would have gotten it done. So here she comes in with the A2, right? She applies it to all enemies. They're all sleeping. So this gives us the luxury. Arbiter would have, had a turn. She would have turn meter boosted the rest of the team, and they would have killed us. But she came in, she crowd controlled. We already have all the debuffs, and that gives us the luxury of building our nuker a little bit slower and prioritizing having savage gear, having more attack, more crit damage, etc. So now Fushan can come in and kill everybody. Doesn't matter if he's cut in line. So that's the beauty of her in the arena. Now let's go ahead and show you the solo, guys. And by the way, she can also solo Bommel, probably more bosses as well. Today, on this rotation, she can only solo out of these bosses, the Nether Spider. So we are here in Doom Tower Hard. Let me just show you again. Doom Tower Hard, the highest floor possible, floor 90. We don't need him here. Let me just go ahead. I was seeing if she could do Magma Dragon on this team, but she can't get it done. So we're just going to run Fushan in herself. Let me run her in a lead. That way I can prove to you guys you don't need that because Fushan has a 23% or a lead. I have Fushan on this team only to clear the waves, right? It doesn't matter who you use. Just any nuker, because these mobs, even on Doom Tower Hard, are fairly easy. Let me cancel out real quick because it's really important. This is not going to work unless you have the team of the abilities properly tuned. So let me go back and show you that. Team setup. We have the squad right here, the two-man squad or the one-man, one-woman, one doll squad.
First of all, very clever. Did you write that at home?
Conellia. you're going to go in there. You're going to shut off the A2 ability. She's not going to be using it at all, right? Because keep in mind that A3 is on a 2-turn cooldown. We want her to be alternating A1, A3, A1, A3, A1, A3, etc. So A3, that's going to be first choice and the opener, okay? Second ability off. Your nuker doesn't matter, obviously. Your nuker is there to just help you clear the waves. This is going to take her forever, right? All right, guys, so here we go. And again, these waves, they're pretty easy. So Fushan can easily take care of them. Any decent AoE nuker can take care of them compared to some of the other Doom Tower bosses, much more difficult. So here we go, guys. Second wave should be just about done here. And then when Conellia gets to the boss, Fushan's going to die right away. He's probably not even going to get one turn here. He's just going to die to the poisons. And that's totally fine.
I will love you either way.
So here she comes, she puts herself to sleep, and boom, the full heal. And that's it, right? Now, keep in mind, she does have that toxic artifact set on her, so that is going to be applying the poisons, which will help DPS down this spider. Meanwhile, she's just going to, every other turn, just keep full healing and full turn meter herself, so those War Master procs, as we spoke about, are going to be very handy as well. Now, we did mention this is going to be a, 15-minute run? And I wasn't lying, so it's not fast, but it is, consistent, right? Especially if you're struggling against the Nether Spider. Heck, you can even run her on a team with other champions. She doesn't have to be solo, right? You can run her with some support champions, with some DPS, with a cleanser, and things will move a little bit faster, right? So what if you're trying this build and things aren't working for you, if she's just dying all the time? Well, first off, make sure you can always go a little faster on the speed, right? So you're seeing me run her at 225-ish right now. So obviously it gets the job done that way. And her HP really seldom goes below 50%. Now, if there's any point in the battle where she's going to die, if you don't have her built with enough HP or defense, it's going to be at the very beginning of engaging with the spider. So in those cases, I would go in there, try to build her a little bit faster, a little bit more defense or HP, probably HP. Keep in mind, we have an accuracy chest on her anyway, so we could definitely stand to get a little bit better in that regard. So guys, I'm going to come back to you in about 15 minutes, and we'll see Conellia get the job done here against the most difficult Nether Spider. I would love to get maybe YST back on the channel again and really go down in-depth strategy, how to build Conellia for soloing Bommel as well. But either way, guys, I'll be right back and we'll check in here in just a little bit. So there we have it, guys. The spider is going down. Did I say 15? I meant 16.5 minutes, but you can see all those poisons really adding up over time, and it's a guaranteed way to take down the Nether Spider, with one champion. Not too bad, right? Or with two champions. A clearer, and then Conellia gets the job done. So there she goes with a whopping 10 million on the damage and 7.5 on the heals there. I guess that's gonna wrap this video up, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this guide on how to solo with Conellia. What a cool and unique champion because of that A3 and that A2 ability. Let me know if there's any other champions you want to see me do a dedicated guide on. They're a little bit, I don't know, outside the box here on the channel. I love videos like this. Hope that you guys do too. Thank you for watching, and as always, take care, guys.